What is up, you guys? This is Untitled One on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you another Tera video for PS4 and Xbox One. So this video is going to be about the 10 most frequently asked questions that I've received either on my streams or through messages, PSN messages, YouTube, Twitter, so on and so on. And just other questions that I've seen from other places, such as a forums link or something else from someone else's video or my own videos, whatever. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So question number one is, what is the best class to play as or to start off as? So I've seen this question pop up many times, not just from my own streams or videos, but I've seen it on other people's videos, other people's streams. I've seen it on the forums. I've seen it pretty much everywhere and anywhere. I even see it in the chats in the game. So the best classes to play as, in my opinion, are the classes that you want to play as. When it comes to race, each class or each race have their own built-in passives that you might want to just go ahead and check online on the Tera website, because they do post it on their, they do have a race info, I guess, that you can see what their stats are like for each race. But when it comes to the classes, each class are completely different from each other. So right now we only have 10 classes that you can play as, but in the future we'll also have the Gunner, the Ninja, and Valkyrie. Now the way you want to go about with this is you want to play a class that you want to play as. So if you want to play a DPS class, look up what the best, not necessarily the best DPSs are, but you want to play something that you think you would be most comfortable with. So if you want to play up close and personal with a two-handed weapon, you can either go ahead and play as a Berserker or play as a Slayer. Or if you want to play as a tank on the front lines, you can play a Lancer or a Brawler. And then if you want to play like a Mage, but you want to be as a support, you can play Mystic or Priest. If you want to just play ranged DPS, you have an Archer and you have a Sorcerer. You know, you have all these different varieties of classes that you can choose. You just have to just pick a class that you think you would want to enjoy the most. If anything, you can test them out or just go ahead and watch videos on them on the PC gameplays and stuff, or even other people's streams to see what classes they're playing as, to see if you would enjoy it. Because if you do watch PC gameplay, a lot of them or most of them on their videos are at min-maxed. They're at the top of their best, and obviously you won't be able to reach that right away. So you kind of want to look for something in mid-range and the end game goal for the classes that you want to play as. Now if you're looking up for the actual top DPS classes, then right now I believe the Berserker is the top DPS. Berserker and the Warrior. Right now console, obviously the Warrior isn't, but when the PC patch comes in, Warrior will be on the top of the DPS, as well as the Berserker and Sorcerer. But I mean, if you're just in it just to see which class you're gonna enjoy the most, all these classes are really good classes. You just have to learn how to play your class and learn your class's mechanics. Just know each ability, know how to build them, play them, and learn the mechanics to the dungeons and stuff, and you'll be good to go. So question number two is, what is the fastest way to level up? So I did post a video on a very effective way to go from levels 1 to 65, and other people have posted videos as well, but this is just going to be a short little explanation about it. So what you want to do is you're going to go from levels 1 to 10 in the tutorial island area, and then after that you're going to just go from level 10 to 20 just doing your story mission. So you would go to your quest log and just stick to your story. Don't worry about doing zone quest, and don't worry about the daily quest. Just stick to the story. The story is going to be the red marks on your minimap. So you're going to see a red question mark. When you see that red question mark, that means you need to go to that quest and pick it up. That just means you haven't started it yet. Once you pick up that quest, that question mark is going to turn into an exclamation mark to the next point you need to go to. When it's an exclamation point, that just means you're progressing through the story. Once you see a star on your minimap, a red star, or an astral, or whatever it's called, you're going to, that means you've completed that quest. That's just the end of that quest. And you get a good chunk of XP from your story quest. But once you hit level 20, you're going to then unlock quick matching. And you're going to have Vanguard requests regardless, I believe. I think you get this right away as soon as you're level 10. If not, then at level 20. But you're not going to just have this, but you're also going to have the instance matching. So instance matching, it means you're going to have the level 20 dungeon, and you're going to also have like level 20 to 24, and then you're also going to have battleground. And Kuma's is going to be giving you a ton of XP, but only if you win. The dungeons will give you XP regardless. You'll get XP from killing mobs, XP from killing the enemy or the boss, and XP from completing the quest. Plus, the Vanguard request itself gives you a bunch of XP, and it'll give you a good amount of currency. Not just that, but you also have the daily bonuses. So completing your Vanguard request every day, 8 times a day, will give you rubies and sapphires, etc., etc. Stuff you can use to sell to make more gold. But you're gonna end up doing that from level 20 to 60 or 65, and then once you hit level 60, you can either farm mobs at there's an area at Valoran near, I believe, where is it? It's like it's in Valoran. I don't necessarily remember what it's called. It's like the trade something, but you can farm the mobs there, or you can just keep doing your dungeons. You can keep dungeon spamming. What I would recommend to level up fast is find a static group, so that way you can just not have any more queue time, because especially if you're a DPS, it takes a while to get in a queue, especially being like around level 40-ish. Probably not right now since there's a bunch of players on, but when it does die down a bit in a few months or so, it will be harder to get queued in for quests. So it would be better to have a static group of players that need to level up as well, that are the same level as you, or you could just have friends start a new character with you. So that's pretty much it for that one, and now we're going to go on to the next question. So question number 3, is this game pay to win? So games like Neverwinter or Skyforge or Trove, a lot of these free-to-play games are pay to win. When it comes to Tera though, at least from what I have noticed, it technically is pay to win in a way, but it still has a ton of grind to it. So what I mean by pay to win is, or I guess pay to progress faster or whatever, but when you go to Tera Store, you can purchase in the consumables, all the way down here, you can purchase Blessed Enigmatic Scrolls, Extensive Alkahest Box. The Liberation Scrolls is for something else, so you don't necessarily need this. Spellbind boxes, and you have Strongbox keys. Now, the thing is, you can purchase all of this in the broker as well when other people are selling it, but that means you're still having to purchase it or whatever with EMP to put it in the broker. Or you could have gotten it from your elite boxes, status box. But again, that requires real money to get that. Now, the reason why those are really good or useful is because that's for enchanting, and you don't need to enchant at anything under level 65, maybe at level 20, so you can get the item level to do the what is it, the level 20 to 24 dungeon. But at level 65 you need to enchant your gear if you want to get a higher item level, and that's going to be a very useful thing from those Tera stores. As you can see, I did purchase a good chunk of that, so I have 1,000 Extensive Alkahest, Masterworks, and so on and so on. But the reason why it's partially pay to win or whatever, or pay to progress faster, is because, I mean, if you don't have any feedstocks, you're not going to be able to upgrade your gear. Right now, there is another way you can upgrade your gear if you have the same type of item, but unfortunately it doesn't work right now. Because I tested it myself. I had another Masterwork robe. It doesn't work for me. But now I'm off topic anyways, but The reason why it is partially pay to win is because the feedstocks itself for tier 10 feedstocks is not an easy grind. You need to have a ton of these because you will fail a good chunk of times. Sometimes you won't. Maybe you have really high RNG luck. Maybe RNG really loves you. So who knows? But for me, I mean, all of my gear is still, I only have one item at plus 12, as you can see. Even with all these thousands of spellbinds and extensive alkahest and so on and so on, it still wasn't enough for me to max out all of my gear because I need the feedstocks. That's why I'm going with half and half. It is and it isn't pay to win. But yeah, that's just my own input about it. So question number 4. This question is kind of, I guess it's really it depends on the person, I guess. But it's, how is this game? So for the game, for me, it's fun, it's smooth, it runs great on console. At least for me, it runs great. Sometimes I'll get a few little lag spikes and whatnot, like my game would stutter a bit. But other than that, I mean, the game runs really well. It's fun. It's just like any other MMO where it has a nice grind to it. It's not super tedious to where you have to farm one thing over and over and over to get that one piece of gear. If you're running with like a guild member or guild group, or you're just running with a bunch of friends, let's say in Lilith's Keep, and you're trying to get boots, you can keep running that 5 times a day. You'll end up getting your boots because everyone, or your weapon, because everyone else in your group would have gotten the weapon by then. You know, it's not like the RNG for getting a weapon in Lilith's Keep is at a 0.1% or anything. You're guaranteed the weapon if you complete it. But you know, it's a fun game. It's like other MMOs. I really enjoy the Holy Trinity setup with a healer or a support, tank, and a DPS type of classes all merging together, one needing the other and the other needing the other, so that way everyone has to work together. I really enjoy these type of games. So it's basically your basic MMO RPG type of game. So if you like those type of games, then I would highly recommend sticking with it, trying to further yourself into it, getting a good guild or a decent guild, you know, just getting people to play with. Because this is an MMORPG, it's not a solo game. It's not a game where you could just go in and then solo the last boss or the final dungeons and stuff, or the hardest content by yourself, or, you know, just pugging into a random group, no one using a mic or a keyboard or communicating. You can't really do that in this, at least for the super, like, really hard content. You can't really do that, but that's what I like. I like having to work as a team, and then this game kind of requires you to work as a team. So yeah, that's just my own 2 cents about that. So question number 5, what is a good way to farm for feedstocks? So this one was, I don't know. Well, I mean, for me, the way I farm feedstocks is, it really depends on what I needed. So if I needed inner sea tokens, obviously I would have done my my ace dungeon and all that. But for feedstocks, like the tier 10 feedstocks, you would want to either do your solo mission, which is, you don't necessarily have to do this solo, you can do this in a group. But Island of Dawn, you would go farm your BAMs on your Vanguard request, or you can do Vault of Caprima or Lilith's Keep, just pretty much any of these, because as you can see, the rewards are tier 10 and you get 20 of them. So, and you also have 8 daily bonuses that you can do. So you can do this 8 times and you're going to be getting over 100 feedstocks, tier 10 feedstocks a day. Now, you don't necessarily have to do it just like that, but if you do that and then you run out of your daily bonuses, you also can do you can do the 355 dungeons and then upgrade your tier 9 feedstocks. So upgrading tier 9 feedstocks will go up to tier 10. You only need 2 tier 9 feedstocks and then it'll go up to tier 10. So 2 tier 9s go up to 1 tier 10. So that's pretty much it though with that one. It's pretty simple. Also, if you have a bunch of gold, You can also go ahead and buy it from the broker, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be very expensive because everybody needs tier 10 feedstocks. So there's that. Question number 6. What do I do once I hit level 65? Once you hit level 65, you're going to have these vendors over here. So I did also post a video on this, on what you can do or what you should be doing and whatnot at level 65. But you're going to have these I guess NPCs that you can go to and get gear from. So you have the Echo, Arena Guide, and Ace Dungeon. These two are not going to give you gear. They're going to give you inner sea tokens, but you're going to probably need to be a little bit of a higher item level to actually do it a little more effectively to get the high rankings. And then this one will give you the tier 9 gear. But before you even do Echo, you're going to be given your level 65 quests. Just like with leveling up from levels 10 or wherever to 20, it's going to have the red question mark for you to start the quest, red exclamation points, so that way you can keep progressing, and then the red star, so that way you know you're finished. You want to do your level 65 quests as soon as you hit level 65, because you're going to be getting basically a starter gear for level 65. It's like tier 8 gear that you're going to be getting. You want to get that because it's going to bump you up to level 355. And once you do that, you can also go ahead and go to instance matching and then do the 355 dungeons. These are not going to be extremely difficult to do. You can do these very easily. I'm pretty sure you're going to be grouped with, if you queue this up, the people in your group is going to be able to complete this pretty easily as well, most likely. And if not, then I mean, oh well. I guess not necessarily oh well, but yeah, this isn't really a hard these aren't hard dungeons. You can do these pretty easily. Once you hit 355 and higher as well, once you hit about 400 or 380, I guess, item level, then I would start going ahead and doing your Echo, because your Echo right here will give you the gear right here. It'll give you undersea tokens, rubies, sapphires, gloves, and boots. But those undersea tokens are going to be giving you gear. It's going to be giving you tier 9 gear. So right over here, you got the tier 9 gear. Where is it? I believe it's no, I think it's my vault. But anyways, undersea tokens will give you tier 9 gear. You can choose it, but you have to have a certain amount of undersea tokens. And then you're going to have inner sea tokens, which gives you tier 10 gears. And then you'll have super sea tokens, which gives you unique accessories. Unique accessories are going to have stars on them. So I don't have any unique accessories on me at the moment. I just have all regular tier 10. But it'll have stars on your accessories. So it'll have like maybe 2 or 3 stars on them. But you can only equip one unique accessory. So you can have one earring and one ring. You cannot have 2 rings and 2 earrings. And they don't have any unique necklaces. But that's pretty much all you have to know about with being level 65. Other than that, it's dungeon farming and BAM farming and so forth and so forth. So for question number 7, this one says, is there any other way of getting mounts without spending real money? So obviously a lot of people don't want to put money into a game, especially if it's a free game, but you want to get the mounts. So the mount you'll be getting is a free mount, which most of everyone should be getting, because that's right after you complete the tutorial area. Once you complete that tutorial area, you're going to be given a free horse, which is at like 220 movement speed or something. But a lot of people don't like that. So you can get a free mount from doing your feats. So if you go to rewards and go to mounts, you can see all these pets and mounts that you can earn. You can earn every single one of them without paying a single penny or a single dime, whatever. Now, if you want to see how you unlock these, you have to just press mounts and pets on your rewards, and then you just hit square or X if you're on the Xbox, and you'll be able to see how you can unlock these pets. Also, not just that, but you can also go ahead and purchase the mounts from a broker. So I can't, obviously I'm not going to go ahead and purchase any of it, but there are people that do sell pets or pets and mounts in the broker. But they normally are going to be very expensive. They're probably going to be around 20k gold and up. They're more than likely not going to be 10k or less. So there's that. So for question number 8, is gold in this game useful, or is there other currencies that you should be worried about or using? So for the gold question, gold is very, very, very useful in this game, unlike games like Diablo 3 and so on. The reason why gold is very useful in this game is because, one, you can purchase your alkahest, the tier 10 alkahest and 11s. I mean, most people wouldn't anyways. They would be using their gold to purchase other alkahests, such as the extensive alkahest, because the gold is your main currency for the broker. You won't be using EMP like Neverwinter uses their crystals. I forgot what they're called, but you have to purchase them with real cash. You can purchase feedstocks and whatnot and alkahests with gold, and like I said, it is going to be expensive to purchase these, so you're going to need to stock up on a lot of gold. Now, there are other currencies as well that you would need, like the Vanguard Initiative. The Vanguard Initiative merchants require Vanguard currencies, Vanguard points. Those Vanguard points come from your Vanguard requests, or they can come from your story missions. So when you go here, go to character quest log, you can see on the bottom additional reward. You can get Hands of Velica reputations and Hands of Velica credits. Those credits go towards your Vanguard quests and whatnot, or Vanguard points. So you would technically want to be able to complete all of your story, but I wouldn't worry about it until you're level 65, because then those story missions will be very easy to go back and just kill everything in one hit, and you'll be able to complete your story really quick. So that's an easy way to get your Vanguard credits, or you can just do your Vanguard request once a day or 8 times a day or whatever and get it that way. And then there's another currency where you go to, I believe it's info and then reputation. So when you go here, you can see how much credits you have. So yeah, you can go here and see how much credits you have. So you have the Bellicarium credits. So as you can see on the right side, it says credits 10,099 out of 200,000 credits. So you have that, and you have the killing spree credits. Those come from PvP. So Bellicarium is going to be used to purchase tier 10 gear, and then the killing spree is used to purchase, I believe it's like recipes and stuff that for crafting. And you can go find those vendors at Velica right before you talk to the officer in that one room where it echoes a lot. But other than that, I mean, there probably is other credits and stuff or currencies, but those are the ones that you really kind of want to focus on the most. Question number 9. Can you play with people from other servers? Yes and no. So yes, you can play with other people in your server. When you go ahead and do instance matching, it'll queue you up with everyone in different servers. It might feel like it's not. I think it prioritizes your server mainly, but if you can't find anyone in your server, then it'll like merge with other servers as well. Because yesterday I was playing with people from Tulsa and Dracoloth and the PvP server and so on and so on. You can play with other people in other servers. You can't group up with them, so you can't necessarily plan on playing with other people from other servers. I ended up playing with a friend of mine that I played with on this server, but he ended up deleting his character and making it on a different server. We ended up playing in the same area or the same dungeon, so you can play with other players in the same different servers. But like I said, you cannot group up with them. So I can see other people or other friends in other servers, but it just says unable to locate, meaning they're in a completely different server, so I won't be able to group up with them. Now the last question is, can you trade items with other players? Yes, technically you can. It's not like you go up to the player and you would just hold down on them, because if you do this, you're not going to be able to see any trade option here. But what you can do is you would go to your parcel post, and then you would go to right and type the person's in-game name, not their PSN. You type their in-game name. Now you can only do that with people in your server, not people out of your server, because the people that is not in your server can have the same name as you. So if I typed in fear, there might be like 10 different fears. So that's why you just type in their in-game name, and then you can see them right there. You can add any item you want that is tradable. So as you can see, this one says cannot trade, and it's soul bound to me. That's why I cannot trade it. But if I wanted to trade my gems, I can give him these gems if I wanted to, or these treats or potions or these materials, and so on and so on. So there's a lot. That's pretty much the only way you can trade with other players. You could also put something in the broker for a very low price, but I mean that has a very high chance of being taken from someone else. So there's that. So that's pretty much it with this video. If this helped you out at all, go and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And there's one last thing I would like to note. I guess I've been asked this a few times, but is elite status worth it? I would say yes, it is worth it. It is worth the money because you get a bunch of other bonuses rather than just getting the extra XP and gold. You do get a village atlas, which lets you teleport anywhere. Travel journal lets you spot or save a spot in the world, so that way you can just teleport right back into it. Deliver elite gift box gives you feedstocks. You can get 500 tier 10 feedstocks. You have a chance of it, not a high chance, but you have a chance. Or you can get spellbinds or tier 9 feedstocks, so on and so on. And then you have deliver elite consumables, which gives you an elite instance reset. It gives you potions and whatnot, and then you also get the everfull nostrum, which is going to be super useful for you because it's a little bit higher than the prime consumable. I forgot what it's called, but this is a little bit higher, and it's free and it's unlimited. You can use it as many times as you want. And then you also get a mount. So if you're looking for a mount that has 280 speed, the Razor Mane has the 280 speed. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If this helped you out at all, go and leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know down in the comment section so I can either answer it or someone else can answer it. If you, I guess, want to play in the same server, I am in Ovolith, Ovolith on the PS4, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is all day to day one on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.